Welcome to episode 12 of the Card Notes by Vintage Hockey Cards Report podcast. Today we're taking a closer look at these 5 hockey cards. The Bob Pulford 1970-71 OPG number 36 card, the Charlie Simmer 1979-80 OPG number 191 card, the Dave Keon 1965-66 Topps number 17 card, the Jerry Cheevers 1965-66 Topps number 31 card, and the Gordie Howe 1969-70 OPG number 61 card. Let's get on with it. Enjoy. The Bob Pulford 1970-71 OPG number 36 hockey card. Written on the back of the card, Bob moved right from Junior A to the NHL and was outstanding performer for the Maple Leafs for 14 seasons. Bob has the ability to score clutch goals and is usually at his best when playoffs roll around. Will give the Kings strength and experience in their drive for a playoff position. A closer look. On September 3, 1970, Bob Pulford was traded from the Toronto Maple Leafs to the Los Angeles Kings for Gary Monahan and Brian Murphy. The trade was actually to Toronto's benefit, getting 4 full seasons out of Monahan, while Pulford played just 2 seasons with the Kings. Murphy would never play a game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. As a player, Pulford didn't change the Kings' chances for a shot at the postseason. However, the team did enjoy a 25-point increase in 1970-71 over their dreadful 1969-70 season. It wasn't until Bob was behind the bench that Los Angeles would participate in the postseason again. After playing for the Kings in 1970-71 and 1971-72, Pulford moved behind the bench as head coach. They didn't make the playoffs in his first season as coach, but did for the next 4 campaigns. Bob was awarded the Jack Adams Trophy as Coach of the Year in 1974-75, with Los Angeles finishing 4th overall with 105 points, behind the powerhouse Montreal Canadiens, Buffalo Sabres, and Philadelphia Flyers. Bob Pulford played 1,079 regular season and 89 playoff games in the National Hockey League between 1956-57 and 1971-72 with the Maple Leafs and Kings. He came out of the Toronto Marlboros Junior A team. Pulford coached the Kings until the end of 1976-77 before taking over behind the bench for the Chicago Blackhawks. The Charlie Simmer 1979-80 OPG number 191 hockey card. Written on the back of the card, equally adept at center and left wing positions, Charlie has great size and strength. Charlie's last amateur club was Sault Ste. Marie in 1973-74. A closer look. 1979-80 would be a major breakout year for Charlie Simmer. Playing just 64 games for the Los Angeles Kings, Simmer netted 56 goals. This put him in a 3-way tie for the NHL goal-scoring lead with Blaine Stoughton of the Hartford Whalers and Danny Gare of the Buffalo Sabres. The following year, Charlie played just 65 games but again scored 56 goals. Surprisingly, that total was only good for second on the Kings behind Marcel Dion and his 58 goals. Mike Bossy of the New York Islanders led the NHL in 1980-81 with 68. Simmer would finish his NHL career with 342 goals over 712 regular season games between 1974-75 and 1987-88. Along with the Kings, Charlie also played for the California Golden Seals, Cleveland Barons, Boston Bruins, and Pittsburgh Penguins. As for his time with the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, Simmer's major junior career consisted of just a single season, 1973-74. He finished the year with 99 points and was noticed by the California Seals, a team that drafted him in the 3rd round of the 1974 NHL Amateur Draft. The Dave Keon 1965-66 Topps number 17 hockey card. Written on the back of the card, one of the NHL's speediest stars, Dave has scored over 20 goals in each of 5 years with Leafs. He was Rookie of the Year without minor experience. In 5 years, Dave's penalty minutes added up to what? A closer look. In 1960-61, Dave Keon won the Calder Trophy, getting more than half the votes cast. Also in the running was Toronto teammate Bob Nevin, along with Howie Glover, Jerry Odrowski, and Alan Johnson, all from the Detroit Red Wings. Keon had jumped straight to the Maple Leafs from the Toronto St. Michael's Junior Club. Dave's initial streak of 20-goal seasons would end at 6. However, his lowered production in 1966-67 and 1967-68 did not signal a downward slide to his career. He would go on to put in 3 30-plus goal seasons with Toronto, topping out with 38 in 1970-71. As for the trivia snippet about Keon's penalty minute totals, he sat 26 minutes over his first 5 years. Over his NHL career, that number would rise to just 117 minutes over 1,296 regular season games. He was awarded the Lady Byng Trophy twice, in 1961-62 and 1962-63. Keon would play in the NHL from 1960-61 to 1974-75, and again from 1979-80 to 1981-82 with the Maple Leafs and Hartford Whalers. He spent 4 seasons in the WHA with the Minnesota Fighting Saints, Indianapolis Racers, and New England Whalers. The Jerry Cheevers 1965-66 Topps number 31 hockey card. Written on the back of the card, Jerry rated as top goalie in minors as Toronto prospect, but exposed to draft last summer. Bruins promptly claimed him from Rochester. What other goalie played a full 72-game slate in AHL last season? Closer look. With the Rochester Americans in 1964-65, Jerry Cheevers was honored with the Harry Hap Holmes Memorial Award. The award goes to the American Hockey League goalie with the lowest goals against average. In 72 games, Cheevers posted a 2.68 goals against average with 5 shutouts. He didn't quite play the full 72-game slate for the Americans. Backup Gary Smith came in to play a full 2 minutes of the season. The Amerks finished first overall during the regular season and captured the Calder Cup with a win over the Hershey Bears in the final. The answer to the trivia question at the bottom of the card is none. Jerry Cheevers was the only goaltender in the 1964-65 AHL to play in all of his team's 72 regular season games. In addition, he played in all 10 playoff games as well. The most games Cheevers would play in a single National Hockey League season was 52. He accomplished that with the Boston Bruins in 1968-69 while posting a 2.80 goals against average and 3 shutouts. With the Cleveland Crusaders in the WHA, Jerry was put to work more often. In his 3 full years with the Crusaders, he played at least 52 games per season, topping out with 59 games in 1973-74. The Gordie Howe 1969-70 OPG number 61 hockey card. Written on the back of the card, like fine wine, Gordie Howe is getting better with age. He's the greatest of the greats and holds more NHL records than any 2 players combined. 5 scoring championships, 9 first All-Star bursts, and 3 MVP awards. A closer look. Error. Gordie Howe was the recipient of the Art Ross Trophy as NHL scoring champion 6 times prior to the 1969-70 OPG hockey card being published. The card says 5. Error. Gordie Howe was named a first-team All-Star 11 times prior to the publication of this hockey card. He would be named for a 12th and final time in 1969-70. Error. Gordie Howe won the Hart Trophy as NHL MVP 6 times prior to this hockey card being published. The back of the card says he won MVP honors just 3 times. Despite getting better with age, Gordie Howe would play just 2 more seasons with the Detroit Red Wings before retiring. However, 2 years after that, his pro career was resurrected in the World Hockey Association. He would play 6 years in the WHA with the Houston Aeros and New England Whalers before getting a swan song season in the NHL 1979-80 with the Hartford Whalers. That performance noted on the back of the card for the 1968-69 NHL season was definitely Howe's best. His 103 points on 44 goals and 59 assists were all career highs. He was third in the race for the Art Ross Trophy, 23 points behind leader Phil Esposito of the Boston Bruins, and just 4 points behind Bobby Hull of the Chicago Blackhawks for second spot. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Card Notes. Stay tuned, there'll be more coming up soon. If you could, please hit the like button, and we'd really appreciate if you'd subscribe to the channel.